If you're happy and you know it, Vince deleted the recording. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Hey everybody, welcome to Atomic Radio Hour, the show where OBS and myself fuck up constantly. I'm your host Vince, and I'm also here with...
You're recording on the wrong day, host Declan.
Alright, guys. Alright, it's gonna be a short episode, and we apologize. This entire week of recording has been fucking whack.
It's been whack.
We normally
That's
record
true.
on Mondays, but because of it being Labor Day weekend, Declan had something to do. He's like, yo, could we record on Tuesday? And I'm like, yeah, sure, fine. So the way we have it set up, at least the way I have it set up, is that whenever we record on my computational device here, it goes right to my desktop, and it says the date and the time that the recording started.
Right.
For some fucking way, with all the luck in New Vegas... Declan and I hit record at the exact same millisecond, and
Yes.
It's the only time he hasn't renamed his video file and his audio file, whatever the hell he names it, our naming scheme situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same thing as mine, somehow, and when I kept trying to drag his video over to my desktop, I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? And then the thing's going, the computer's going, oh, this file extension already exists. Do you want to override it? I'm like, looking at my second...
It's the first time you downloaded it, so of course.
Yeah, I'm looking at my second screen, I'm looking at my first screen, and I'm like, well, I don't see it here, but maybe I'm just dyslexic and stupid with my little trog brain. And I'm like, oh, it must be here, and I'm just not seeing it. I have a condition called CFS, can't find shit.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's chronic. You know, thousands of Americans die every day because of it, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it going, oh, where's my fucking thing? So I was like, all right, whatever, override it. So it's Thursday. It's
Welcome to Thursday.
7:35 p.m. in the evening.
Of Eastern Standard Time.
This is going to be the fastest turnaround for an episode ever.
Oh, yeah. So how you doing, buddy?
I'm fucking tired and stressed, my man. What's new?
I got home from work, and Thursdays are my day off where I don't have to do jack shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually just come home and like try to clean up or something. But I mean, hey, life's full of surprises.
At least you had today off. Like, you didn't have to fucking...
Yeah.
like,
I mean, like I had to go to work, but like...
No, you know what I mean? Like, it was your free
Yeah.
night. Like, that's what Tuesday
it's my
normally
free
is
night.
for me, is Tuesday's the editing
Yeah.
day. And since we recorded on Tuesday, I'm like, yeah, we'll be fine. My fucking dumbass does this. So the chances of this happening...
It's so astronomically low between like the internet lag and like the lag on Discord. It's insane.
So this is probably going to be a 30-minute episode, and I apologize for the
An
shortness.
Atomic Radio half hour.
Yeah, yeah. But we just had to bang it out quick. Again, I apologize.
We release weekly, no exceptions.
Yeah, yes. I'll let you know right now. Next week's lore is going to be Andale.
Because we already talked about it.
it's yeah. So I already have it written down, but I have something that I wanted to talk about. I don't even know how to like intro this because I don't want to jump right into it. I want to like talk to you for a minute.
Like let's
like relax.
Like, we usually take like 5 or 6 minutes just kind of like bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Right now we're at about 3 minutes of bullshit.
You know what? You know what? It's really funny. When we recorded the first time, I was like, I feel like I have to tell you something. And today at work, I was like, oh, that's what I have to tell Declan. And now that we're recording again, I can't fucking remember what I had to tell you.
Are you shitting me?
No, today is just like the most... So I want to either name this episode The Twilight Zone or The Lost Episode.
I think, no, it's called The Lost Episode.
Yeah, I mean, it was inevitable that it was going to happen. But...
It had to happen once.
Hey.
It only is going to happen once, I hope.
That's my phone. Sorry, guys. We normally don't record, so I'm not in...
Oh, yeah, hold on. I should probably silence mine. Be gone, thought.
Oh, I gotta go to a wedding.
That's what you had to tell me?
No.
Or that's the text you just got?
Yeah, I knew I had to go to the wedding, but okay, my buddy, my longtime friend who I've known since like 4th grade, and his wife I've known even longer, they got married last year.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
TiVo and her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now they're having the reception, and I gave a speech at the wedding because I'm my buddy's best man, And now, and someone's messaged me on Facebook, and she just texts me now going, "Did you know that you have to give a speech?" Lol.
Again?
A short
in
one.
this economy?
Well, yeah, I know. Like, I didn't already give you one. I had...
That was your freebie. This one's paid.
Yeah, like, I had somebody record the speech, so I might just bring a projector and be like... it's still pertinent, you know what I mean? They didn't get divorced,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, so.
No, but I can't fucking remember what I wanted to tell you. I don't know.
Incredible.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we have to record this again. I'm sorry that I misplaced my notes already.
So, we're gonna talk about some fuck shit.
Alright, you want to just get into it? You don't have anything fun to say?
I'm going to open up this little talking bit with saying, on our first attempt at this, we were both, or at least the recording was very passionate.
Yeah,
And I feel like we got our major frustrations out then.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like now we could probably approach the topic with a little bit more of a level head, and I think that's probably better.
maybe. I'm
Let's
hoping
hope.
so.
I mean, it's easy to get worked up when there's some fuck shit.
I was also very tired that day. And you forget, I've been upset since like 2009. So
Yeah, I mean...
so I
yeah.
can just kind of get into that groove. So, alright. The future... Okay, when you love something so much... This is how I'm going to intro this. When you love something so much, at least for me, I critique the shit out of it. And I'm not critiquing it in a sense of, like, I hate this. I critique it because...
Like, you're not tearing it down. But, like...
I want to build it
just
up.
kind of... Yeah, like, observing it, and really thinking about what, like, went behind it.
Yeah, and I can see where things are going south, and I can see how things are improving, and I can see how they're not improving. And there's a YouTuber who I really, really enjoy, and I said to you in the last recording, is probably a big reason why we have a Fallout themed channel now, is Mr. Matty Plays, and I've been following him for a very, very long time.
For years.
I've been following him since I think before 2299, the whole Fallout hoaxy thing.
Wow.
Don't act like you haven't heard me say this before.
Listen, I'm trying to be a little bit authentic.
Then don't lie. So he has a video called Bethesda's Making Parts of Fallout 3 in the Worst Way. And I want to open it up with saying that Creation Club is just paid mods. And I don't think anybody is denying that. I don't think anybody is saying that that is not a truthful statement. I think a lot of people agree with that sentiment.
It is. It's a marketplace for paid additional content.
Yeah. You can go on there and buy the Doomslayer's armor and his sawed-off shotgun, and it's a lot of the weapons are either way overpowered or way underpowered for the character. Not to mention that Fallout 4 already doesn't really feel like you have a ton of power, even when you put a lot of points into one stat. I kind of felt like I was a very stagnant character the whole time.
I've always felt like if you kind of spec one way, I felt sufficiently powerful. Like, I have one build that I just walk into a room and just, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead.
No, I know, but I don't know. There's just something about 4 that didn't make me feel incredibly powerful.
That's fair. It could just be like your first build or your first impression, and that's totally fair.
Now, we have a buddy, white collar.
Oh, White, yeah.
And he makes...
White, come back on the show.
He's a good man. I don't know if he listens anymore, but he's a good guy. He makes mods. He's helping out with a bunch of big mods that are going on right now. Mods that are being done for free with love and compassion and heart. And the Creation Club has hit its 2-year mark. So for Skyrim, they have...
Happy birthday.
They have a bunch of different packs that are coming out, but for Fallout 4 they have the anti-material rifle, which is 50% off. They have the XO2 power armor, 50% off. They have the Adventurers bundle for 20, and they have the Coffee and Donuts pack for 25% off. Now, all of that being said, these are things that, like, they're it's DLC without the DLC. And I'll be the first person to tell you that we really probably shouldn't be pre-ordering games. We really probably shouldn't be buying into DLC because it makes the development lazier. Hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm
Hear
going
me
to
out.
fight you on
Hear
this.
me out. Hear me out. There have been games that have been canceled because they did not get enough pre-orders. And by you saying, like, let's just make this DLC later on, okay, let's cut out all of these missions and then just sell them a pack. One of my favorite games of all time is Arkham City. What Arkham City did was they made the two campaigns. It was Batman and it was Catwoman. And Catwoman's story intertwined with Batman's. And at the last minute, they said, okay, let's take out Catwoman's story and make it, if you pre-order the game, only. And if you didn't pre-order the game or you bought the game used, you had to pay like $10 or $15 to get it. That was deliberately taken out of the game.
That's deliberate and that's pretty shady.
Yes, but when you make a DLC pack, like, there's no doubt in my mind when Fallout 4 came out and they had Nuka World and they had Automatron and they had Point Lookout 2, when all that shit came out, there's no doubt in my mind that none of that shit was planned from the start. It didn't feel like it was planned from the start because a lot of that felt like it was subpar, to be completely honest. It didn't feel like the greatest DLC. Now, I know with a lot of New Vegas' DLC, it was shit they wanted to put in the game to begin with, but they were under time constraint.
I mean, before we continue, something that's kind of overlooked, I feel like, especially from like the consumer standpoint, is that big projects like games and movies, they have scope. And like in the software industry, scope is literally how much you can do within your time constraint. So there are some things, and I'm sure designers, like, at least for me, there have been so many things I've wanted to put in my own games and my own projects that I just literally don't have the time or resources to do. So that gets kind of booted off to the stretch goals or the pony list, whatever you want to call it. So
no, I understand.
There could be a lot of things that the designers wanted to put into these games. Like maybe Nuka World was supposed to just be in Boston. We don't know that. But it just had to be cut because of scope. I mean, I think it's easy to kind of say, oh, they released it afterwards and are price gouging us. But there are legitimate circumstances where scope is a real issue.
That's fine. Whatever. But once you put the game out, if you have these ideas that have been on the back burner the whole time and you make them DLC and you focus on them, really fucking focus on them. Don't just shit them out.
That's a fair critique. You want to make sure you get your money's worth.
Like, I paid $30 for the season pass. Then they upped it to $50, but they told everybody, hey, the season pass is going to get raised. Buy it before it does, right? Mm-hmm. So now they have all of this new shit coming out for the Creation Club. And for the Fallout stuff, at least. And this is all shit that, in my opinion, should be free to me because I paid for the season pass. Even if it's not free, look at a game like GTA 5. Now, I know they're two very different studios. They made two very different amounts of money, right? But
very different games, too.
Yeah, but everything that GTA 5 has put out has been free. The online, at least. They won't make story DLC because the online makes so much money. Because they have these microtransactions that are built in. Which, just found out, there's a strong possibility. There was a 4chan leak, which I know 4chan. There was a 4chan leak about Doom, saying that Doom might have microtransactions. I think it's time
Doom Eternal?
Yeah. I think it's time that we start voting with our wallets, and when we hear the word microtransaction, if it's something outside of cosmetics and makes the game easier, we should not buy the game. I'm just at the point where I'm not having fun with video games anymore. I haven't had fun with a video game since like 2013, and I'm continuously pumping money into this, and I'm just getting more and more frustrated. And I'm having a hard time justifying a $25 purchase, let alone a $60 purchase. A week from when this episode is going to go live, Borderlands 3 is coming out. I'm going to go get Borderlands 3. I might get the season pass with it because I know I'm going to play it with Kyle. But how much enjoyment am I actually going to get out of it? Right? So,
and I mean, before we continue, like, I think that's great, and like, you have your opinion, you're allowed to have your thoughts on the matter, but I'm sorry, I completely lost my train of thought.
I'm going to continue then.
Okay.
So next up for Fallout 4 in the Creation Club is Taking Back Quincy, which should have been in the game to begin with. On our last recording,
it's one of my favorite settlements.
It's your favorite. It looks super fucking tight. The church, the overpass, it's awesome. Fucking Tessa and her fist, like. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you.
What?
I'm writing a Fallout porno parody.
What?
Yeah.
No, there's.
That's
no,
what I
you're
wanted
not.
to tell you. Yes. Noah and I were talking. I have a few scenes already. That's why, because Tessa's fist. That's what made me remember.
The fist
The
made you
fist,
remember.
because I want to have a scene where Tessa fists somebody.
Well, this episode is rated E for explicit.
I'll tell you about it later. But Noah and I were talking about ideas, and I want to have like 5 to 8 scenes that are all Fallout inspired. Sorry.
Well, that's something to drop on me. That was not in the previous recording.
Yeah, that's it. And I got a couple ideas for other videos that I'm working on. But the high-powered combat rifle, who the fuck cares? It's a reskin of another weapon. And vault suit customization. Now, as far as we know, canonically, there is no other vault suit color than blue and yellow, or blue and gold, or blue, black, and gold, right?
Right.
So why the fuck would you want a red vault suit? Why the fuck would you want a green vault suit, a black one? And you said in the previous recording that, yeah, maybe you want to have it where it's like a red suit with like white armor or purple armor. Like, yeah, that looks really cool, and I get it. You can have that jumpsuit underneath. I just think it's kind of silly.
I mean, if it's just like a purely cosmetic thing, I mean, I don't see the harm in it. It's not trying to say that this is a canonical aspect of the game. It's just like, hey, here's something fun you can put your own birthday on the back of the suit. Like, do whatever you want. Like, I'm a fan of just like customization for customization's sake. I mean, every game is a fashion simulator when I'm playing it.
I guess. I mean, more of like, I'm a purist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which a purist is just code word, like a sugar coated way, and I hate sugar coated shit, but it's like a sugar coated way to say I'm an asshole. So I'll be the first person to admit it. So whatever, I don't care. It's a whole fucking thing. It's not something that I think should be in the. Not that it shouldn't be in the game, but it's like, what purpose does it really serve other than going, ooh, that looks shiny?
Fashion simulator.
Yeah,
fashion
you know what I
simulator,
mean. Like,
fashion simulator.
it's.
See, I like that shit. I'm a sucker. I like that shit.
All right, whatever. That's not what we're here for. Right. Into this article, and again, like I said, this is all. A lot of my information is being taken from this Mr. Matty Plays video. They put out this article, and in the article, it says, "Fight the good fight in the Capital Wasteland." The GNR Plaza in DC is overrun with Commonwealth mercs. And here's my thing. Why the fuck are Commonwealth mercs in DC? There has to be a decent story.
I mean, let's hope that they thought that through and it's not just like, go kill bad guys.
Because that's what I have a feeling it's most likely going to be. It's going to be, let's kill bad guys. Because, and I said it in the last recording, one of the most interesting quests from 3 is the Replicated Man, right?
It's such a memorable quest. It's so cool. It inspired Fallout 4 to exist.
Yes. Zimmer's not in 4, but he's in 3. What if
He's mentioned in 4 in passing, but...
But you know what I mean? He's not in 4.
You
You can't see him in 4. What if he's still in DC and at GNR they want to kill Three Dog or something and take it over and express the message of the Institute to DC and say, the synths are coming. Like,
right.
Why are these mercs here? Like, it just seems like they're making it just to put it there, and it's like a known rumor that Eric Todd Dellums has been blacklisted by Bethesda because he leaked that he was working with them on another project related to Fallout.
Which is some fuck shit, because he never said what any of it was.
I don't remember what the tweet was exactly. If I Google it when I'm doing my editing, if I can find it, I'll put it on screen. That was like the tweet that got him blacklisted. But like, he's a fan favorite character. He's a well-known voice. Like, they put him in Skyrim because, I mean, I don't know if it was because of that, but they put him in Skyrim to play Nazir. Mm-hmm. He's a great voice actor. I've tried to get him on here multiple times. His management company is not great. I'll be completely honest with you.
They're very... They filter. They hard filter.
I messaged him on Twitter. I messaged him on Instagram, and then I found his management company, and I emailed his management company numerous times. And then eventually some guy's like, hey, sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I'm like, dude, I sent you an email like 6-7 months ago. So, big thing, whatever.
It's water under the bridge at this point.
You know that Three Dog's not going to be in this. You know that people don't like Creation Club.
Yep.
You want me to buy this? Put Three Dog in it. Just for the sake of seeing Three Dog again.
Like, sweeten the pot a little bit.
Yeah. Like, put that there. Put Moira in it. Trying to think
If
of
you're gonna
something else cool.
pander hard.
We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that word later because you know how much I hate that word.
I know you hate that word.
But there's 8 new armors inspired by Fallout 3. So there's 8 new armors that were already in the game's code because this is the same engine, just upgraded slightly, right?
I mean, everything's gonna probably need to be remodeled for the new resolution,
But the framework is there.
I mean, yeah, that's the nature of a game engine.
It's
a framework.
The framework of a house is there. All you got to do is throw sidewall and drywall and insulation on. You know what I mean? Like,
still, it takes time.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying like it's not like you're not putting in the effort to build it from the ground up. You're just kind of like like that meme. Can I copy your homework? Yeah, but just don't make it look like mine. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess.
So this was already being created by modders. The Capital, what's it called? The Capital Wasteland Project?
I think so, yeah.
The Capital Wasteland Project came out with footage before Bethesda hit them with a DMCA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing that I thought about just now, pretty much. They hit him with a DMCA, and they said it's because they don't own the files to the voice actors' voices, right? The voiceover.
Right.
You think maybe they hit him with the DMCA because they were already making this?
I mean, you can only really speculate.
Yeah, I know, because the guy...
They had a reasonable claim to say that they don't own the audio files because they don't.
Alright, so Three Dog's not going to be in the game. It's going to be probably the woman that takes his place if you kill Three Dog, right?
Right.
Fallout 3 doesn't really work on anything right now. It kind of works on PC. It only works on PC if you have a mod installed, and even then it's iffy.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to run it in compatibility mode. It's just kind of, yeah, like you said, it's iffy.
It doesn't really work on the PlayStation 3. It never really worked on the PlayStation 3, and they were just kind of like, fuck it, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that was always a wreck.
And it kind of works on the One, and it kind of works on the 360, minus the bugs that have been in the engine for 49 years. Why not remake the game? Or at least port it to all the other systems? Why just do it in chunks?
I mean, there's no saying that they're going to just do it in chunks. I can see that this kind of could lead you to believe that. And it doesn't look great.
If this does well, I know for a fact they're going to put in Project Parity. They're going to put in Rivet City. They're going to put in Megaton. They're going to put in 101. Because it's going to be cool to see what's going on in 101, of course. Don't just remake the game. Just remake the game. If you're going to put that much work in it. Like, this is going to cost $30 to $45. It's going to be huge. Like,
yeah. It's probably gonna. You're right.
Todd Howard said in an interview, and I'm paraphrasing this, and I'm not exactly sure where it is, but I think it's from E3 of 2018. The interviewer goes, we were surprised, something like the interviewer was like, we're surprised we didn't see the remake of Fallout 3 or a port or something, it being its 10-year anniversary. And Todd says, we don't really like remakes or remasters, but Skyrim is on everything.
Yeah.
You can play Skyrim on a turntable. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You can play Skyrim on a Casio watch. Like, Skyrim is out everywhere. There's so you don't like remakes and remasters, but put Skyrim on the Alexa, and if anybody wants to play Fallout 3, get fucked. If you're not part of the 1/3 that actually has the ability to play it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not ideal. It's really not.
So, you don't want to remake the game. You'll remake it in chunks. And Todd also said on XPlay, on G4, Fallout 3 has over 200 endings. And it's like, yeah, we're getting them now. Like, now we're going to get this fucking... whatever. And here's my whole thing. Like, I went on a really long... And I kind of wish I had this footage if I got nothing else to see, like, what my whole tangent and rant was about this next part. Like, I see it a lot with... a remake happens or a movie comes out and they put in these references that are references of just like, remember this from the original thing you loved, and like now they know like if they really do read everything and they really do look at the comments and they have people that are on r/Fallout just to read what people are saying.
Yeah, community managers.
Yeah.
It's literally their job.
I don't know if Bethesda has a forum. I would assume they do, but like there's
I'm pretty sure they do, yeah.
there's somebody who's reading all this shit all day. So you would see that I want a port or a remake or a remaster of 3 New Vegas. I want
This is
this.
just not
I
the
want
way to
this.
do it,
I want
Chief.
this. I want this. Okay, you want it? Here it is. But no, like people already are polarized by 4. Fallout 4, like, it's not great. It's good, but it could have been a lot better. It doesn't help.
I liked Fallout 4.
I did
I
too.
liked Fallout 4. But, I mean, at the same time, people are polarized by Fallout 3. It's not the same as what Black Isle
No,
made.
it's not. But this is where I think it differentiates. I understand that it's not the same. I understand, but you're also going from an isometric game to a 3D,
To a fully 3D open world.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
like,
you're gonna lose some things. You're gonna gain some things, but you're also gonna lose some things. You know what I mean? So
right.
also, this was their first attempt at this. At this style. So yeah, not everything's perfect. Some things could have been done better. But hey, some things could have been done a lot worse. Nobody ever congratulates you on a good job. They always just want to bring up where you fucked up. You know what I mean? So,
and like that, it sucks. It does.
so with this being said, you come out with 76, and from the second 76 is announced, people already don't like it. They don't like the idea of it. I want to play alone. I want to be alone. The game comes out, and not to sugarcoat things,
It didn't have a very successful launch.
it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I think any game that says to you make your own fun is kind of wrong in its game design. I don't think that I don't think to have fun should be a handheld experience, but I think it should kind of okay. It's when you're little, it's playing with your parents in the front yard to going to the park, and your parents go, "Yeah, go have fun." You know what I mean? You're being watched over. But you're allowed to do whatever you want. You want to hit those monkey bars? Hit those fucking monkey bars. Jungle Gym? Hell yeah. Swings all day. But you're not constantly having your hand held and being like, all right, let's play Frisbee now. And let's fucking color with the chalk. You know what I mean? Like, it's, here you go. You're off into the world. These are the skills and these are the things you can play around with. And then you can go from there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I see what the parallels you're trying to draw, yeah.
So, like... You're 76 is not a good game. It's not. They said that it was going to be alone and it would always be alone, and they got enough shit for it, people returning it left and right, and now they're like, you know what, let's put NPCs in the game. Let's throw them there. Let's do this, let's do that. And all these microtransactions, are they going to put these microtransactions of all these skins into the next game? Like, they already exist. These assets already exist.
Now, by design, microtransactions
Are evil.
are... let me speak. Let me speak. By design, microtransactions are meant for a multiplayer environment. They're meant to give you... their original intent is for you to just get things that are on a revolving basis. It's not to get things that were like they just have like hoarding in like a Scrooge McDuckian pile that they're just like giving you one at a time. That's not the point of it.
No.
The point of it was to have an open development cycle to allow for the introduction of new content into a game. That's where microtransactions kind of have their root and their base. It's a different model from DLC. And each model has... Let me talk.
All right.
Each model has its own merits and its own use case. Microtransactions aren't for single-player games. That's just not... That's not it. They're not meant to be there, and there's not really an intention for them to be there. So for a single-player game, no, there's not going to be microtransactions. That's where the DLC model thrives, because they can take ideas that they had late in production that were completely out of scope, and then introduce them in like an isolated way. That's why the DLC for New Vegas was so good. Because they had these things that they couldn't do, that they could do afterwards.
Microtransactions. I hear what you're saying. Microtransactions are being put into single-player games. Skate 2 had a DLC called Time is Money, where when you bought it, it unlocked everything and you didn't have to do anything. And I know that because my dumbass bought it.
That makes you the dumbass.
It does make me the dumbass, but I'm willing to say that I've learned. Microtransactions are evil. No two ways about it. It's a way to take advantage of people. If you want to have microtransactions in the same way, like even Overwatch, who I think has done loot boxes decently, it's still fucked up. You're still taking advantage of people who have... It's gambling. It's gambling that is being permitted to minors. You want to buy 25 loot boxes? Here's 25 loot boxes. As an idiot that I am, that likes little plastic dust collectors that are random. Here, see all these on my shelf? Is it coming up? Yeah, all these mystery blind box figures that I bought, that I have 4 McCready's in my house. It's gambling. My dumbass opens one of those boxes and gets a rush of endorphins like I've never got before. That's my crack. Is little plastic figures inside of a cardboard box made by a company like Funko or something, or Kid Robot. That's what gets me going. That's addicting. That's why I've never bought Hearthstone packs. I've never bought crates in Overwatch, because it gives you that rush.
You don't have to.
No, you don't have to. But that's the thing about addiction, is if you have a gambling addiction or you're prone to an addictive behavior such as gambling, you go from, whatever, I'll buy 2 packs here, I'll buy 3 packs there. Maybe you know what, I got a bonus at work, I'll buy 25 of them. And then next thing you know, you're buying them constantly. And especially to kids. It's the same thing as when the Flintstones were on TV smoking Winston cigarettes to get into the mind of children. If you give a kid a loot box at the age of 13 and you normalize gambling to the sense of it's not something you do when you have a little extra money, you do it to celebrate and you do it because it's fun, it's just something you do, you've now normalized the idea of it. It's the same reason why fast food companies put all of their commercials during programming that's dedicated to very early childhood development, because before the age of like 4, when children watch TV, they can't differentiate between what's the show and what's a commercial. So they just think Peppa Pig really likes McDonald's because I've seen it 6 times during one episode. It's to get into your brain. Fucking Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront comes out. There was a thing you could buy that just said you play it at the beginning of the game and you've won the game. So if you have enough money, you can just buy 200 of these things, play them, and have a perfect 200 game ratio forever, and then never play it again. As much as I loved Skylanders, and I remember that was like the last time I remember actually having fun playing a game, and it wasn't even my game. I thought, hey, I can collect these things and play with them. That's a really fun idea. But you would see these YouTube channels of these kids that have massive Skylanders collections, and it's like, oh, it's physical DLC. Now, I think physical DLC is a little better than digital DLC, because physical DLC, I have something on my shelf I can look at. I have something that exists in real time and space that I can hang on to. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's
I see
evil,
what you're saying.
but it's to get kids used to it. It's to take advantage of people. There are countries right now that are outlawing loot boxes, and companies like Activision is taking advantage of it. Fallout is doing it. Bethesda's doing it with Fallout Shelter and Elder Scrolls Blades. You open chests. You pay for chests to be opened faster. You can buy chests. You can buy lunchboxes and things. It's to get the adrenaline going, the endorphins going of saying, this is new. One of my favorite channels on YouTube right now is Max Mofo Pokemon, because he opens up cards. And I'm watching him opening up Pokemon cards and Kid Robot toys. And I was just watching one, he's opening up miniature grocery store items because it's the randomness. And that gives me my fill that I like. I don't even smoke weed. And Jay and Silent Bob have mystery mini pipes that you buy a fucking box with a pipe in it. And because I like Kevin Smith, I sat there and go, I should buy 4. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what it does to people.
But
It's dangerous.
That does it for you. That doesn't do it for everyone. Like, I can
Declan,
open up a game.
Let me hear this, because I'll tell you why it's wrong.
Well, hear what I have to say.
Yeah.
Don't think of your rebuttal right now.
Okay.
Because I'm not trying to fight with you.
No, fight with me.
At the end of the day, if you're going to spend more money on a game with smaller transactions, that's putting money in the pockets of the developers. And you know what? That's your choice. You don't have to buy DLC. You don't have to buy loot boxes. That is you as a player. You can make that choice and you can spend your money as you want. But if you want games in the current market, if you want a fully featured game that you think is worth your money, well then be prepared to pay $80, $90 for a game, because you can't. Games have been stuck at that $60 price tag forever, and cost to create games has tripled, quadrupled. It has exponentially gone way fucking through the roof. So if you really want games that you can be proud to say that you've played and that you want to play, then you have to pay it up front, because this is the model that's predominant, because game developers can't afford to make their games.
Okay.
Kind of full stop.
Microtransactions are predatory and anti-consumer. Do you smoke crack cocaine?
No, I don't.
Neither do I. So if you put crack cocaine in front of the two of us, we're not going to smoke it.
Yeah.
But someone who's a crackhead would grab the crack and smoke the crack. You put out gambling in front of somebody who's addicted to gambling, and they go, well, I'm gonna gamble a little bit. It's predatory. It takes advantage of people. It's anti-consumer, because I shouldn't have to buy X, Y, and Z. If it's cosmetic, fine, whatever. That's nothing. I don't care about if it's cosmetic. If you have some ideas, you want to throw it in there later, whatever, fine. Give it there. But when you put shit in like upgrades that you can get early,
See, I could agree with you with this. If it's things that give you an unfair advantage, it does not belong.
Okay, you remember the Sekiro thing? You cheated not only yourself but the experience.
No.
You don't remember that meme?
No, I didn't. I didn't play Sekiro.
No, neither did I. But it was a meme that somebody cheated to beat Sekiro because it was so hard. And someone was like, "You cheated not only yourself, but the game, or the game with yourself." You remember that?
Yeah. It was like a Twitter meme.
Yeah. That's exactly like all microtransactions are now. Are paid cheat codes. Up, down, left, right. BA start gives you 30 lives right away. Now a Konami game would come out. Give us 99 cents. You get 30 lives. Like, it's just hit the point where it's being taken away from us. And it's anti-consumer. If you want someone to believe in your product, work hard on it. And I understand that people aren't making enough money. I get that, but you have to offer some sort of incentive for the long run. It's not like this is awful. Like, what's happening, and it's becoming to the point where I remember where Bethesda was the gold standard. Was you wanted to make a game like a Bethesda game. Bethesda just had two people. I don't remember. The Japanese woman who was working on that Tokyo Ghost or Tokyo Ghoul or whatever it was called game, she dropped out. The one who worked on the dog game you like. What the fuck is it called?
Ikumi Nakamura.
Yeah, she dropped out of Bethesda. She's like, I'm done. She didn't say why. Matt Grandstaff recently...
When was that? I follow her on Twitter, so...
Past few days, I was just watching a video on it.
Really?
Yeah, Matt Grandstaff.
Because I love her. I've had some really good conversations with her on Twitter.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's gone. Somebody else who's been at Bethesda for like 20 years, out. And fine, if he's leaving just because he wants a different scenery and wants to work on different stuff, fine. But why are these big names leaving? Grandstaff has been working there, I think, at least since 3. I think he was at E3 2008. You know what I mean? Like, why are these names leaving? There's obviously some sort of a shift in ideology, in philosophy. There's something that's going on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Something is changing, and it's like when Todd gets on stage or gets in an interview and says, "Well, we don't really care if the game comes out broken or buggy because we'll fix it later." I'm sorry? If I went to your house and built you a deck and didn't put in the guardrail, you'd be like, where's my guardrail? Oh, don't worry. Give me the money. The job's done, but I'm going to put it in later. No. Fucking fix my deck and I'll give you the money. You understand what I'm saying? It's... Mm-hmm. So...
I think it boils down to, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
No, I know. But this is what I'm getting at when it comes to just Remake 3. No, everyone's upset with you because of what happened with 76.
They've had a lot of bad PR cycles.
A lot of people have been upset, apparently, maybe just people because it's cool to be upset now, are being upset with they're being upset. They say that they've been upset since Skyrim came out in 2011. I doubt that that's true, but whatever. You now have a group of people that think the last good game that you made was 3. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Remake 3. People buy it. You have a little more money. You can work on things a little more. And it's not like it would take a huge amount of time. I'm not saying that it's not, and I'm not saying it's not going to cost money. You got to spend it to make it, and scared money don't make money. And the best investment you can make is on yourself. Give 3's project files to Vancouver. Not remake the game, but at least port it to next gen. Because Bethesda has a bunch of new studios now, not just in Maryland. Vancouver did the Skyrim Special Edition. Upgrade all the shit.
Montreal, right?
Sorry. What was I saying?
Vancouver.
I apologize. Montreal. Remake the game. Put it out for $60. My dumbass is going to buy it. A bunch of other people are going to buy it. You now have more money. You can now finish up Starfield. If Starfield comes out and it's microtransaction to death, and it's pretty much the same generic story we're used to, we're done. It's over. That's not a good sign. Elder Scrolls 6, it's going to be... They said that they're not done using the same engine, the creation engine that they've been using since... When did the fucking first 3D Elder Scrolls come out? And then by time we get another main game in whatever series, they're going to be using a brand new engine that none of them are used to. They either need to give this engine a complete overhaul, and just, if you're going to... they're pandering to nostalgia, right? Let's get back on track. Right? A modder for New Vegas said that something that he did was kind of adapted or inspired something that happened with Far Harbor. Now, you see this footage of 3 in 4, and it's the same exact footage that we saw from the Capital Wasteland mod team. I don't know, dude. I'm upset about this. I'm really upset about this.
I mean, I can tell you're upset about this.
It bothers me in such a way that, my favorite thing is now becoming shitty. And I have nothing but hope and goodwill, but when you can see the writing on the wall... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Video games are slowly just becoming, I know you've seen that meme of, the EA controller that has, a credit card slot in the bottom. I don't know. I don't know. It's greed. It's all it is greed. Greed is it's a business, right?
Yep, businesses aren't people.
Yeah, they're not people, and they don't care about us. But just don't make it so blatant. You're all types of pissed off. I can tell. Because you're giving me 2-word answers. You're not even answering me. You're just yep, okay. If you're upset about something, express yourself.
I don't know. I don't really have my thoughts collected.
I don't know. I'm afraid of the future. I'm afraid of what this means.
And you talk about how you're just not excited about games and that you don't enjoy games, but I'm over here and I'm overjoyed by a lot of the things on the horizon. So it's just it's really hard to be I'm really trying to hear how you feel and be receptive to you, but I just can't relate, dude.
What game are you looking at that just looks awesome? Because 2077 is slowly starting to lose me. 2077 Cyberpunk is just slowly starting to lose me. They just
I'm
announced they're
super
putting everything in first person. Why? Like,
I mean, we're not the Cyberpunk 2077 show. I don't really keep up to date with it.
no, I know, neither do I. But it's like when they do these massive changes. Like, why would you add a super in-depth... Like, they just made it where you don't pick male or female, you pick body type and voice. So,
And like, that's great.
no, that's fine. That's not what I'm saying is bad. What I'm saying is you add a feature like that so someone who feels like they don't see themselves in a game can now see themselves in a game, but then you take away the feature to see themselves and make the entire game first person.
I mean, it could be toggleable. We don't know till we have it in our hands. But like, I'm really excited about a lot of upcoming things, especially did you see the Nintendo Direct yesterday?
I'm
It was
in my mid-20s. I'm in my early to mid-20s. I feel weird watching a Nintendo thing. It doesn't feel like it's for me anymore.
I mean, I don't know what else to say, but like, get over it. Like, they have a lot of really good things coming up in the future, and I'm super excited.
What did they show? All I saw was Smash stuff.
Do you want me to get a list of all the things they showed?
Yeah.
They showed so much
All
stuff.
I saw was now Sans is in it, so great. There's a meme inside Smash. And there's another new character from a game that I've never heard of.
The SNK character?
Yeah. Cool. Like, I don't know, Smash just... I don't know.
Alright. Everything announced... They announced... 2, 4, 6, 8, 10... 20 Super Nintendo games getting put on Switch Online. Release date for Animal Crossing. Terry is coming from Fatal Fury is coming to Smash Ultimate. A bunch of Wii U games are getting ported. Assassin's Creed's getting a remaster on Switch. Deadly Premonition. Xenoblade is finally coming to Switch, and I'm really excited about that. Overwatch. Divinity Original Sin 2. Game Freak's new IP called Little Town Hero looks really fucking cool, and it's composed entirely by Toby Fox, and I really like his style of composing. Bethesda's re-releasing Doom 64 on Switch. Luigi's Mansion 3 got more to it. Sword and Shield, so much cool shit was announced for that.
Yeah, Teapot Pokemon.
I'm super excited for Sword and Shield. I mean, just full stop. There's a new Kirby game that released today for Switch. And then new modes for Tetris 99, Daemon X Machina demo releases today, which is a really cool mech fighter game. And there's 2 indie games, Rogue Company and Return to Obra Dinn, which is a really cool like murder mystery on a ship that's like all comic book style. It's really fucking cool looking. And there's even more that I just like skipped over. So much shit has been released or like been talked about, and it's really got me excited for things that are on the horizon, especially Animal Crossing. I'm so excited for the new Animal Crossing and the new Pokemon.
The only thing out of all that you said that sounded interesting to me is Kirby. And
there's a new multiplayer Kirby that got released today.
Oh, it's multiplayer? Okay, forget it.
It's local multiplayer.
Do I have to play the multiplayer?
No, it's just... I don't know why people get so upset about multiplayer things. Like, if I'm sitting on the couch with my friend, I feel like it's fun to be able to play together.
I don't have friends, Declan. I have you, and you live 400 miles from me. And Kyle and I are both indoor kids. We've always been indoor kids. And Steven, if he's up, doesn't have a Switch, and he's not really interested in playing a game sitting next to me. I don't like couch co-op. I never did. Even when I was little, I had Double Dash, and
I've always loved couch co-op, so I guess it's just a difference in taste.
I like to play a game and be immersed in a world. That's what I want. Animal Crossing, I had, what's it, New Leaf for the 3DS?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do anything for me. I just didn't like it. It's not my style of game. I also...
That's fair.
I just don't like, I guess, kiddie games. Like, I don't like feminine games. Like, I don't want to play, like, Super Beefy Macho Lumberjack Simulator 2019, but, like, I turn on a game like Animal Crossing and everything's pastel and, like, flowery and cute. And I'm just like, this doesn't
like,
appeal to
I
me.
love that style, so I'm into it.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, this just doesn't appeal to me. Like, this isn't, I'm not the demographic. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing out on the joke with a lot of like Nintendo games. This new Pokemon doesn't look fun to me.
I think it looks absolutely incredible.
I don't know. I think it looks silly. I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of what's going on. I think it's a turning point. That's really what it is, because I think it's eventually going to be what music is slowly becoming. It's going to be that all the games are free and you have to pay for everything else, because that's what music is kind of doing now. Every album comes out for free, but they incentivize you to buy merch and go see the shows and to do a lot of other stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to slowly become, the new Pokemon game is free, but only the first like 2 gyms or something. You know what I mean? If you want to play more, you have to buy the next gym and the next gym and the next gym. And maybe the game won't cost $60, but after all that, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't see it as a good thing. I just see this entire thing moving in one direction. And I just feel like a lot of people are putting blinders on to kind of say like, no, it's good. Like I see Twitter and I see like grown adults with like kids that are playing video games. I'm like, how do you have the time to do this? And like you have
people are allowed to have fun and have hobbies.
You're allowed to have fun. You're allowed to have hobbies, but like, how do you sit down? I don't have a kid and I can't find the time to play a game. I don't have the responsibilities of an adult in his 30s with 2 kids, and I'm like, I have no time to play anything. And then you get shit like what Fallout 4 is doing with the Creation Club, and it's like, I can't find time to play your games to begin with, and now you want to pander to me to get me back into it. Like, I don't know. I see a lot of this as just predatory behavior. You never spent money on a game and you didn't like it and you felt guilty about it? Like, wow, that's $60 I could have used somewhere else.
Usually if I'm buying a $60 game, I've kind of done my research. But, I mean, there have been a few indies that just weren't really my style.
Well,
and that's fine.
That's a whole other fucking discussion, indie games. But
overall, obviously there's stuff going on. And it's just, we're disappointed. I know we're disappointed with the way Bethesda's approaching it.
We tweeted Pete and that video's gone.
Yeah, I mean, we still have the video portion of tweeting Pete, just the audio would only be my side of it.
Yeah.
So
I'm not even gonna put it in.
Content.
I'm just gonna put in the picture.
Yeah.
So we tweeted to Pete Hines. Go check it out.
Yeah.
I don't know, Declan. I'm just upset and I'm hurt. It's kind of like it's being pimped out in a weird way, and I'm just not happy with it. I don't know.
Do you know something I am happy with though?
What is that?
I'm happy with Feather Duster.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That's our intro music by Shane Ivers. You know, the legend that's been releasing a lot of new stuff recently. If you want to get Shane Ivers' music, you can get it at www.silvermansounds.com/free music. But we like Feather Duster, so that's /Feather Duster. Vince, do you want to say some social media stuff?
If you'd like to follow us on social media, everything's below in the description. Our Twitter, our Instagram for both of us, our own, and then the shows. You can also follow us on Discord, where we're constantly having a conversation about whatever the fuck. And you can watch the show on YouTube if you are. Thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe. And you can find us wherever podcasts are sold.
Yeah. Patreon
exists.
We have some beautiful folks that give us money to continue to help to make the show get better. I mean, our show's always going to be free for everyone, but we would like to just mention we have the Friendly Companion Cube.
Good man.
Good one. And Noah.
Good
man.
We love him. Thank you guys for helping the show.
Actually,
continue.
I have Cube has a shout out.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
All right, hold on. Gotta pull it up over on Discord. So, the Friendly Companion Cube states,
let me hear it.
Fallout 3 / New Vegas Remaster or bust.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Very relevant topic.
You and me both, buddy. You know what I'm afraid of? Not to jump right back into it, but you know what I'm afraid of? Like, I think this is when I'm gonna know that I'm dead as a human. If they ever remake 3 and I don't like it, that's my biggest fear. Because then I know I will truly die alone. I will know then in that moment I don't have the capacity to love anything other than myself.
Well, see you next week.
Atomic Radio Hour Podcast.